All right, hello and welcome to this weekend market analysis. I thought I had come back fully to the market, but unfortunately, the market condition is still very untradeable. Well, I don't know what some of you are actually trading, but for me, I think the market is the worst ever that I have seen in my trading experience. Okay, price mostly has been sideways. Even when they move in very straight lines. In that kind of market condition, I am sorry, we just have to keep waiting and watching that hopefully one day the market liquidity will return and we will begin to trade and make more money. Once we start trading and making more than two loss in a stretch, then there is a problem with the market condition. All right, now let's look into the Forex Factory economic calendar to see those high impact news announcements that are scheduled to take place for this upcoming trading week. We have quite a lot here. You want to give special attention to the interest rates that's coming from New Zealand dollar axis. You also want to give special attention to the employment data. All right, coming from the Australian dollar axis. Then others. Yes, sorry. Last week I thought with the news announcement lined up, we're going to have a very volatile week, but things tend to go sideways. All right, let's just keep watching. Let's look into the charts to see what the market has been doing. All right, the first pair here is the American dollar against the Canadian dollar. Well, price is still within that channel formation that we actually analyzed some time. So far, I am still seeing this as a pullback, and the price is very likely going to turn around. More so that if you connect this level to this, price is somewhere coming towards resistance area around that zone. Okay, in the daily time frame, it is really not clear here. This is the line I was talking about. This one here. I'm going to try to draw it. All right, so that was the line. It had acted. That's the first bounce point, support right there. Got broken, messed up there. Now price is coming again. We may be finding some resistance around that zone. All right, but the price action itself is a really terrible one with all of those kind of unpredictable movements that we have been seeing. Even in the shorter time frames, it becomes extremely difficult to trade. I'm just going to keep this level. Let's see the trend line first. All right, until it breaks, then let me have this one, this area. Okay, so for intraday traders, they will be looking for bounces to the upside, but I will not be looking for such entries. Bearing in mind that in the in the weekly time frame, this area could be resistance, so I will not be looking to buy there. I'll rather be looking for short entries. If price keeps pushing to the upside, well, I am sorry, I'm not interested in taking that trade. I'm only looking for entries that favors this channel, all right, that favors this pattern, that price is going to come down to the next level of support. All right, let's move on to the next pair, the American dollar against the Swiss franc. For the past 3 to 4 weeks or even 8 weeks, price has remained sideways around that area. You can see that moving up and down. Chances are that even the next bar should be coming to the downside. Overall, it is an expanding triangle. We have analyzed this over and over. Even though we are seeing this much hesitation here, you have to be really careful hitting on your buy button. To me, I am seeing that price is in the long run going to come down to this next level of support. It is just that the market is not liquid enough, and so there is just too much unpredictable price behavior happening in the charts at this time. In the daily time frame, we got a flat bottom triangle, and price was able to wriggle out of that area, pushing above the flat the linear line. All right, the linear line of that triangle, Well, it seems a bit weak. Let's just keep watching to see how sustained that breakout will be. Overall, this area, it's a heavy level of resistance. You really do not want to hit on your buy button. You need to wait. Let's get a clear picture before we want to trade. For me, I will keep searching for short opportunities, bearing in mind that the weekly possible price pattern is an expanding triangle, a sign of market confusion, and this area here is resistance zone, and it is best to trade off resistance to sell off resistance, looking for price to come back down. All right, if you move into the forward time frame, well, it is really a very messy one. I really do not like this type of price action. There's a trend line there. We can change that to black. This is the 1 hour time frame. Okay, there is a high there which has been a fake breakout right there. Well, I am not liking this type of price action, so I'm not interested in the shorter time frames for now until we get market liquidity, enough volume. Then the intraday time frames becomes very profitable. All right, the next one is the American dollar against the Japanese yen. Well, I had analyzed this pair before. We talked about price pushing to that point of confluence, maybe somewhere in the air. Then that is the optimal area to look for short entries. It is an optimal area of resistance. It's a confluence zone where this line meets this one. Okay, so it's a resistance zone. If price keeps pushing to challenge that area, it is chances are very high that we are going to see some rejection of that level of resistance. So you want to be careful hitting on your buy button around that level of resistance. At best, I will be searching for short entries at that point, also bearing in mind that we got a flat bottom triangle. So if price is resistant at that area, we should have price come back down again to this level of support. Okay, so you need to be patient. Simply wait to see that rejection of that level before you want to trade. All right, in the daily time frame, still lots of hesitation, lots of confusion. Someone of Canada. Okay, lots of hesitation, lots of confusion. We just need to be patient to see what's going to happen as price approaches that level of resistance where we have price respecting that point before. Okay, all right, nothing much, we can't trade here. Let's look into the next pair, the euro against the American dollar. Well, last week we got price giving us what looks like a double top. Okay, a double top there. It broke that level of support. Well, we are still watching to see what's going to happen at that level there. If we are going to get a pullback, then for a continuation move, or we are going to get some form of a fake breakout. Okay, so what you need to do is to wait, keep watching to see what's going to happen at that point. Okay, all right, the overall pattern in the weekly time frame is an expanding triangle. We need to also keep watching. Don't go long, sorry, don't go short around that level. You need to just be patient, because price might also find support to bounce to the upside. Okay, all right, thanks for watching. That's basically it. I'm sorry over the background noise. Just be patient. Okay, I'm sure the market condition will get better with time. Meanwhile, if you have questions or contributions, feel free and send them across to us, and we'll be very happy to respond to them as usual. We'll talk again hopefully if the market condition improves over the week. Okay, all right, bye bye.